whiskey it's something that is enjoyed. Put in your hand and just to swirl it around, and the smell, the amber colours, the way it lies in the glass, the way it feels in your hand. It's more than a drink. It's something that it's an extension of our hands. It's an extension of what we do.
The spirit run is where the craft of the distiller comes in, and so that's where you've got to choose which spirit you're going to keep and which spirit you're going to discard. And that's all done by smell and taste. Big distilleries might do it based on temperature or the alcohol level. We do it based on taste and smell. I look at distilling as a very technical process, and to me that's the bit that I enjoy is the technical aspects of it. And then Steve is a very creative person, and so Steve sees the real art of whiskey. It started as a family trip around Tasmania, and Steve and I just love our whiskey. We decided we were going to visit as many distilleries as we could, and just loved it. Going in and visiting the distillery and seeing how they're making the whiskey, we're thinking, this is fantastic. So that's really how Five Nines started, and we didn't know whether we were going to make whiskey or whether we were going to make gin or what we were going to make. It was just we wanted to make something. We're really proud South Australians, and I guess we're also a very small and humble business. And I guess we wanted to build relationships with our suppliers that were people similar to us. They're family people, they are small enterprises. We sought out people that were like that. So everywhere from our water supplier at Mount Lofty Springs. He's only about a kilometre from the distillery. He's always been in my life. It's ideal. The farmer who takes all of our spent grain, Shane. We had this massive amount of grain and we're thinking, what the heck are we going to do to get rid of it? And then Shane rang me up and said, I'll take all the grain you can give. Go and visit his house and watch the cows come skipping down his driveway when they smell the grain coming is just fantastic. We can't compete with the multinationals on the volume we're producing or the consistency of the product, but we can be very selective about the suppliers we choose and make sure we're getting a premium product, but also that we're putting love into that process, and that's the whole way through our supply chain. So our whiskey starts its journey on Yorke Peninsula, as barley grown over on Yorke Peninsula, arguably one of the best barley growing regions in the world. We can go and stand in the paddock that the grain's grown while it's growing and know that that's what's going into our mash tun and that is making our whiskey. And for us, that's really important.
Every grain has its own unique way it wants to be found. How you take the goodness from that grain to make the mash, to bring it to the whiskey, every grain wants it done a certain way. It's not what Dave and I do, it's a team. There's a group of people involved that bring us all together. The barrels that we use are unique. It's unique because of the type of flavours of where we're sourcing our barrels from.
There's a number of things that are unique about making whiskey in South Australia. Firstly, there's our climate. So we get very large fluctuations in temperature, particularly up in the Adelaide Hills, from quite cool nights, even in summer, to quite hot days. So that's a really big influence on our whiskey. The whiskey ages very quickly in small barrels.
A big flavour that is smooth, and I bring up the word leather chair. That's what it is. It's just sit back and enjoy it. And it puts a smile on your face, and that's what Five Nines whiskey is. We're all artists. Whether you're making wine, beers, whether you're making a watch, there is art involved in making these products. Because of the time it takes to make it, that is art. To find the right barrel, to find the right yeast to go with it, to run the still at the right temperatures and the right speeds. It changes the way the spirit comes through at the end. And the spirit that we are making is art.
I think us, Steve and I, will always be searching for something better.
That's what makes us a good team. And we're always reaching for perfection.